Và đây là bài bắt âm của TonyRobbins. As time your channel is like my family here, the second consumption back, which was 7 seconds an hour. And my trajectory is the best can as could do in the mountain that's insanable, but then Russian language. You listen something you either it's the word really longer while here. Whistle is favorite. I'm really moving chart. Which can you back? What times wrong? First one. And what happens though? This is the revolution. It's something I do. And the white guy. And why you do? What is a revelation?
What is it that drives you in your life today?
Not today, years ago, the reason pain with you, I believe, is for interest right extends in the most environment economy. Emotions first of life, all hustling in my mind. You must hear the minds. I don't know wrestle everything will happen. We can wrestle with this. Self-image. We are always emotions time. You don't waste your suffering. With one emotion into one change way.
And so it's wonderful for us to think intellectually about how life of the world is, and especially those who are very smart. We can play this game in our head. What's driving you and what I'd like to maybe invite you to do another talk and explore where you are today for two reasons. One, so that you can contribute. And two, so that hopefully we can not just understand other people more, but maybe appreciate them more and create the kinds of connections that can stop some of the challenges that we face in our society. They're only going to get magnified by the very technology that's going to happen. Because it's making us interception. And that interception doesn't always create the view of everybody now understands everybody and everybody appreciates everybody. So I've had an obsession basically for 30 years. And that obsession has been what makes the difference in the quality of people's life. What makes a difference in their performance, because that's what I got hired to do. I got to produce the result now. That's what I've done for 30 years. I get the phone call when the athlete is burning down on national television, and they were hit by 5 strokes, and now they can't get back on the course. And I got to do something right now to get the result, and nothing matters. I get the phone call when the child is going to commit suicide, and I got to do something right now. In 29 years, I'm very grateful to tell you I've never lost a one in 29 years. It doesn't mean I won't someday, but I haven't done it. And the reason is an understanding of these human needs I want to talk to you about. So when I get those calls about performance, that's one thing. How do you make a change? But also looking to see what is it that's shaping that person's ability to contribute, to do something beyond themselves. So maybe the real question is, I look at life and say there's two master lessons. One is there's the science of achievement, which almost everyone in this room is mastered to an amazing extent. That's how do you take the invisible and make it visible, right? How do you take what you dream about and make it happen? Whether it be your business, your contribution to society, money, whatever it is for you, your body, your family. But the other lesson of life that is rarely mastered is the art of fulfillment. Because science is easy, right? We know the rules. You write the code. You follow those. And you get the result. Once you know the game, you up the ante, don't you? But when it comes to fulfillment, that's an art. And the reason is it's about appreciation and it's about contribution. You can only feel so much by yourself. So I had an interesting laboratory to try to answer the question of the real question, which is what's the difference in somebody's life if you look at somebody like those people that you've given everything to, like all the resources they say they need. You gave them not $100 computer, you gave them the best computer. You gave them love, you gave them joy, you were there to comfort them. And those people very often, and you know some of them I'm sure, end up the rest of their life with all this love, education, money, and background, spending their life going in and out of rehab. And then you meet people that have been through ultimate pain. Psychologically, sexually, spiritually, emotionally abused, and not always, but often they become some of the people that contribute the most to society. So the question we got to ask ourselves really is, what is it? What is it that shapes us? And we live in a therapy culture. Most of us don't do that, but the culture is a therapy culture. And what I mean by that is the mindset that we are our past. And everybody in this room, you wouldn't be in this room if you bought that theory, but most of society thinks biography is destiny. The past equals the future. And of course it does if you live there. But what people in this room know, and what we have to remind ourselves of, is you can know something intellectually, you can know what to do, and then not use it, not apply it. So really we got to remind ourselves is decision is the ultimate power. That's what it really is.
That's
Now, when you
real.
ask
You
people,
ask people,
have you failed to achieve something? How many have ever failed to achieve something significant? Right? Say I. Thanks for the interaction on a high level there. But if you ask people why do you achieve something working for you, or a partner, or even yourself, you fail to achieve a goal, what's the reason people say they failed to achieve? What do they tell you? Didn't know enough, didn't have the knowledge, didn't have money, didn't have time, didn't have technology. I didn't have the right manager. Didn't have the Supreme Court. And what all those callings in common? They are claim to you missing resource. And they may be accurate. You may not have the money. You may not have the Supreme Court. But that is not the defining factor. And you correct me if I'm wrong. The defining factor is never resources, it's resourcefulness. And what I mean specifically, rather than just some phrase, is if you have emotion, human emotion, something that I experienced from you day before yesterday on a level that is as profound as I've ever experienced, and if you communicated with that emotion, I believe you would have beat his ass and won. But how easy for me to tell him what he should do. Idiot. Robin. But I know when we watched the debate, when we watched the debate at that time, there were emotions that blocked people's ability to get this man's intellect and capacity and the way they came across to some people. Because I know people that wanted to vote in your direction and didn't. And I was upset. But there was emotion that was there. How many know what I'm talking about here? So emotion is emotion. We can get ourselves to do anything. We can get through it. If you're creative enough, playful enough, fun enough, can you get through to anybody, yes or no?
Yes or no?
If you don't have the money, but you're creative and determined enough, you find a way. So this is the ultimate resource, but this is not the story that people tell us. Right? The story people tell us is a bunch of different stories. They tell us about the resources, but ultimately, if you take a look here, flip it up if you would. They say, what are all the reasons they have a problem? Let's do that next one, please. He's broken my pattern, that son of a bitch. But I appreciated the energy, I'll tell you that. What determines your resources? We said decision shape destiny, which is my focus here. If decision shape destiny, what determines it is three decisions. What are you going to focus on? Right now, you have to decide what you're going to focus on. In this second, consciously or unconsciously, the minute you decide to focus on something, you got to give it a meaning. And whatever that meaning is, produces emotion. Is this the end or the beginning? Is God punishing me or rewarding me, or is this the roll of the dice? And emotion then creates what we're going to do, or the action. So think about your own life, the decisions that have shaped your destiny. And that sounds really heavy, but in the last 5 or 10 years, 15 years, have there been some decisions you've made that if you made a different decision, your life would be completely different? How many can think of one, honestly? Better or worse? Say So the bottom line is maybe it was where to go to work. And you met the love of your life there. Maybe it was a career decision. I know the Google geniuses I saw here. I mean, I understand that their decision was to sell their technology at first. What if they made that decision versus build their own culture? How would the world be different? How would their lives be different? Their impact. The history of our world is these decisions. When a woman stands up and says, no, I won't go to the back of the bus, she didn't just affect her life. That decision shaped our culture. Or someone standing in front of a tank. Or being in a position like Lance Armstrong, and someone says to you, you've got testicular cancer. That's pretty tough for any male, especially if you ride a bike. You got it in your brain, you got it in your lungs. But what was his decision of what to focus on? Different than most people. What did it mean? It wasn't the end, it was the beginning. What am I going to do? He goes off and wins 7 championships. He never won once before the cancer because he got emotional fitness, psychological strength. That's the difference in human beings that I've seen of the 3 million I've been around. That's been my lab. I've had 3 million people from 80 different countries that I've had a chance to interact with over the last 29 years. And after a while, patterns become obvious. You see that South America and Africa may be connected in a certain way, right? Other people say, oh, that sounds ridiculous. It's simple. So, what shaped Lance? What shapes you? 2 invisible forces. Very quickly. One, state. We all have had times. Have you had a time you did something and after you did it, you thought to yourself, I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I did that. That was so stupid. Who's been there? Say aye.
Say aye.
Have you ever done something after you do it, you go, that was me.
That's me.
Right? It wasn't your ability, it was your state. Your model of the world is what shapes you long term.
Long time.
Your model of the world is the filter.
Filter.
That's what's shaping us.
That's
what makes people make decisions. We want to influence somebody. We don't know what already influences them. And it's made about 3 parts, I believe. First, what's your target? What are you after? Which I believe it's not your desires. You can get your desires and goals. How many got a goal and desire? Is this all there is? How many been there? Say aye. So it's needs we have. I believe there are 6 human needs. Second, once you know what the target that's driving you is, and then you uncover it for the truth. You don't form it, you uncover it. Then you find out what your map, what's the belief systems that are telling you how to get those needs. Some people think the way to get those needs is destroy the world. Some people is to build something, create something, love something. And then there's the fuel you pick. So very quickly, 6 needs, let me tell you what they are. First one, certainty. Now these are not goals or desires, these are universal. Everyone needs certainty that they can avoid pain, at least be comfortable. Now how do you get it? Control everybody, develop the skill, give up, smoke a cigarette. And if you got totally certain, ironically, even though we all need that, like you're not certain about your health or your children or money, you don't think about much, you're not sure the ceiling's going to hold up, you listen to any speaker. But what we hope for certainty differently, if we get total certainty, we get what? What do you feel if you're certain? You know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, what would you feel? But what out of your mind? So God, in her infinite wisdom, gave us a second human need, which is uncertainty. We need variety. We need surprise. How many of you here love surprises? Say aye. Bullshit. You like the surprises you want.
Which one?
The ones you don't want, you call problems, but you need them. So variety is important. Have you ever been to the video or a film that you've already seen? Who's done this? Get a fucking life. Right? Why are you doing it? You're certain it's good because you read it before, saw it before, but you're hoping it's been long enough you've forgotten that there's variety. Third human need, critical, significance. We all need to feel important, special, unique. You can get it by making more money. You can do it by being more spiritual. You can do it by getting yourself in a situation where you put more tattoos and earrings in places humans don't want to know. Whatever it takes, the fastest way to do this if you have no background, no culture, no belief in resources or resourcefulness is violence.
Right.
If I put a gun to your head and I live in the world, instantly I'm significant. 0 to 10, how high? 10. How certain am I you're going to respond to me? 10. How much uncertainty? Who knows what's going to happen next? Kind of exciting. Like climbing up into a cave and doing that stuff all the way down there. Total variety and uncertainty. And it's significant, isn't it? So you're willing to risk your life for it. So that's why violence has always been around and will be around unless we have a consciousness change as a species. Now you can get significance in a million ways, but to be significant, you got to be unique and different. Here's what we really need. Connection and love. We all want it. Most people settle for connection because love's too scared. Don't want to get hurt. Who here has ever been hurt in an intimate relationship? Say aye. If you don't raise your hand, you'll have that other shit too. Come on. And you're going to get hurt again. Aren't you glad you came to this positive visit? But here's what's true. We need it. We can do it through intimacy, through friendship, through prayer, through walking in nature. If nothing else works for you, get a dog. Don't get a cat, get a dog. Because if you leave for 2 minutes, it's like you've been going for 6 months when you show back up again 5 minutes later, right? Now, these first 4 needs, every human finds a way to meet. Even if you lie to yourself, even if it's a split personality. But the last 2 needs, the first 4 needs are called the needs of the personality. The last 2 are the needs of the spirit. And this is where fulfillment comes. You won't get fulfillment from the first 4. You'll figure a way, smoke, drink, do whatever, meet the first 4. But the last 2, number 5, you must grow. We all know the answer. If you don't grow, you what? If a relationship's not growing, if a business is not growing, if you're not growing, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how many friends you have, how many people love you, you feel like hell. And the reason we grow, I believe, is because we have something to give. Because the 6th need is to contribute beyond ourselves. Because we all know, corny as it sounds, the secret of living is giving. We all know life's not about me, it's about we. This culture knows that. This room knows that. That's exciting. When you see Nicholas up here talking about his $100 computer, the most passionate, exciting thing is here's a genius, but he's got a calling now. You can feel the difference in it, and it's beautiful. And that calling can touch other people. In my own life, my life was touched because when I was 11 years old, Thanksgiving, no money, no food, and we're not going to starve, but my father was totally messed up. My mom was letting him know how bad he messed up. And somebody came to the door and delivered food. My father made 3 decisions. I know what they were briefly. His focus was, this is charity. What does it mean? I'm worthless. What am I going to do? leave my family, which he
your
did.
family, which
The
they-
time, one of the most painful experiences of life.
it's life.
My three decisions
My
gave me a
decision
different path.
is pain.
I said, focus on,
First
there's
call.
food, what a concept.
Cancer.
Second, but this is what changed my life. This is what shaped me as a human being.
And
Somebody's gift, I don't
somebody
even know who it
different.
is. But my father always said,
My
no one gives a
father-
shit. And all of a sudden, somebody I don't